Today we are analyzing MSNBC versus the Washington Post. These are both news media platforms that fall on opinions that have been created. They both have a fair amount of persuasion in them, and the left view skews hyperpartisan liberalism and the right view skews hyperpartisan conservatism. MSNBC's title says Trump floats strange new idea to get Mexico to finance wall. The Washington Post's heading says President Trump's nonsensical claim that Mexico is paying for the wall. Clearly, in both of these, we are going to be talking about the finances for the wall at Mexico's border. MSNBC's article talks about car tolls to pay for the wall and how this is a fresh con in place of an old con. Meaning the broken promises all lined before, this is just a new unbroken promise. So already they're playing on confirmation bias and wanting you to see what they see. Another example of this confirmation bias is where it says, quote, Trump blurts out stuff that helps him get through the day. Finally, there is a small paragraph in this article that says that there are non-factual claims of how conclusions were made by Trump regarding financing the wall. So, if you take Reeves' quote from our readings, which says, when you marry a partisan media environment with our ingrained cognitive bias, it's easy to understand why American disclosure is at where it's at. Moving on to the Washington Post, in Trump's defense, technically, it's saying all presidents at least vow one thing that they can't fulfill. So they say that he has came up with 5 ways of being able to pay for the wall. However, again, we can see unresolved promises through this because not all 5 options have even been exhausted, and therefore we're back at square one. Overall, when you look at MSNBC's article versus the Washington Post article, MSNBC's comes off as an opinion, whereas Washington Post has more of quotes and this factual evidence. Let's be honest. It's getting to a point where Americans feel like they can't believe any news because of the skepticism they have for what is true and what is false information. At the end of MSNBC's article, it says no one should be fooled. Who else wouldn't want to use this? Because it plays on your emotions and your own biases.